Did you? Aye.
I was like a lot of fear of rejection been running here in the system. But I feel a bit relieved because I sent a message related to that was really scary to send. And yeah.
I know that you can see that if it was up to you, that fear of rejection would not be there at all.
10,000%.
10,000%. So there's something running that you're not doing. It's just you don't know where that information comes from. And I'm not, just looking at your family dynamic and your sense of what was playing there to see, just gently looking at it, nothing is. How did you sense the dynamic between your mom and your dad?
Yeah, definitely with my mom, a rejection kind of from the beginning, or as far as I remember, let's say.
Yeah, and you're only talking about your perception, so you're not talking about your mom. You're just talking about how your system perceives it. So, just to be clear, you're not talking about anybody. You're just talking about your sense of things. That's it. You're not bad rapping anybody or.
Yeah, and I met my father when I was, I think, 4. He cut the kind of emotional tie with me. So I mean, there is like a clear pattern of this one. And I feel like I cannot. I accept that I have this theme, but it gets challenging when it runs strong like it did this morning. That the fear, it just overtakes me. And even if I understand, I probably just need to say this. And if I get rejected, then that's what it is.
So let's just stop for a second here. So at 4 years old, I mean, that's young, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So something was going on and something happened for your dad that his system responded in that way.
Yeah, I know what it was.
And when you look, did it have anything to do with you? Actually not, yeah? And of course, as a 4-year-old, you wouldn't have had the wisdom or whatever to not identify with it or not take it personally. But when you look now from an adult organization and you see whatever was going on in your dad's life at that point, that was how his system protected it or tried to protect itself or whatever it did.
Yeah, and I really needed him.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, as a 4-year-old, that's totally understandable, yeah. But when you look at it, and not even and when you look at it from here, can you understand that movement that happened in him?
I mean, to some degree, I can, like, it doesn't take like the pain away,
No,
Like,
no, that's not
it
wrong.
doesn't really. I mean, not like angry or anything, but just, it's still really, still there.
Yeah.
Even if I can understand to some degree.
Yeah. And so there was no one there at that point that really had your back, that could meet you there, yeah? You were alone in it.
Alone after that.
Yeah.
And maybe I also don't fully understand because I feel like he was in a way punishing me for something that my mom was doing to him.
Yeah, no, it's clear. Yeah. For whatever was going on within in him, he didn't have the maturity to deal with it in another way. So no one was there with that 4-year-old, okay? But now you coming back for that 4-year-old. So you're just there, and you just with that young 4-year-old in your mind picture, and you just with them, and this time you're not leaving him. You're with that young 4-year-old, you say, listen, I got you. I'm sorry it's taken so long to come back for you, but I'm here now. I see you. I know what you went through. And I'm here. And if you track, everything that's happened this lifetime around this theme has brought you to this moment. And the capacity to be present to that young organization and just letting that young organization know I'm here. I get it. I feel you. I see you. I understand at that point there was no one there that had your back, and I'm here. You're just speaking to that 4-year-old organization or consciousness, however you want to see it. You just see how that feels in your being, in your body, in this moment. Just that 4-year-old knows that you're here now, and you get it. You're not trying to fix him. You're not trying to change him. You just, yeah.
Can we just be present together?
Mm. as you're resting here now, what do you notice? If anything.
Yeah, I noticed like kind of in the heart, I could feel kind of maybe your awareness were coming in, but I think it was maybe the automatic kind of pushing away.
Mhm.
I think that's happened here. Just trying to be present with it.
Yeah. And gently, you know, it's just like, I mean, one thing we know is everything is transitory. I mean, everything, everyone will leave us. You know, it's like we can't hold on to anything. That's just the fact of it, yeah? But this capacity to, as life lives itself and as it does its thing, you know, and people get born and people die, and you know, we lose our youth, sometimes we lose our health, sometimes we lose whatever, you know. It's like we can't, in the end, we can't hold on to anything. Everything leaves. But there is, what doesn't leave is that which we are. That's here. And that can never leave. So, you know, if there's been, from our life experience, a way of trying to avoid being left, which would make sense, you know, like the system organizing to try and avoid ever being in the situation of being left.
Yeah.
So whatever's left of that, the avoidance, knowing that we can't, you know, there's nothing. There's no experience we can hold on to. There's nothing we can hold on to. And every night when we go to deep sleep, we actually let go of everything. And it's joyous. We like it, yeah? So it's not such a big deal, really. You know, when we go to deep sleep, we don't take anything with us, no problems, not, you know, nothing, none of our possessions, nothing. And it's nice, yeah? Everything goes and we don't have a problem with it. Doesn't it?
Yeah. Uh, there's something here that feels different. I think it's more about the connection than, you know, not being there or something else.
Yeah. You know, obviously what happened for you was traumatic. And it, you know, it's like, I mean, you know, like I would say it was not easy for a 4-year-old to deal with that, especially with no one that could see him and feel him and really hold his hand. So your system had to develop ways of compensating or, you know, dealing with that degree of loss, of not being seen, not having someone to hold his back. And it did. And you
Yeah,
survived.
I
So
think it
that,
has got
yeah.
to do with like he's not feeling loved at all.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's not feeling safe and yeah,
All of that. Yeah.
yeah.
And so whatever's left of that, just checking in this moment, is any of that useful or necessary in this moment? Actually not, yeah. And you just here. Nothing to change, nothing to fix. It's necessary, I would say, everything that's any undigested information or any old conditioning or trauma that come up. It's natural, I say. It's just part of this dance. So we just here with that, that's all. And this was a big one, for sure. You know, as a father, and having been in the circumstance where the family was getting a different structure, man, I tell you, that's been some of the most painful things I've ever experienced this lifetime. Unbelievably painful. And somehow with me, it didn't go in the direction of leaving the kids, but it went in the direction of, just dealing with pain like I never knew was even possible to experience. It was just, and then trying to find a way to stay in contact. And but it's not easy, I can say, you know, it's like in relating where we never know exactly, you know, why it goes in whatever direction it does, but usually it's just pain. And then suddenly, where there was love, it turns exactly the opposite direction, and it turns into just hurt, trying to hurt, you know, backwards and forwards, pain, ping pong. And oftentimes kids get caught up in that vortex, you know, it's not, but generally people can't help themselves, they just caught in it. It's just, they're touching such levels of discomfort and pain. It plays in a very strange way.
Yeah.
You know, especially for people, well, it's more accurately expressions of life that haven't really explored very deeply. And it feels like someone else is causing the pain. The entire intelligence is going to be busy with trying to survive, basically, whatever it takes.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels existential. That's kind of where it goes. I mean, it's not calm enough. When it's very high.
Yeah.
And even if there can be kind of some clarity that it's not true, it's just so overwhelming. That's those kind of pulse shots.
Yeah.
Or well.
So you know that from
I did think different this morning, so I shouldn't maybe say that.
So, you know, but it's beautiful that there's space that you can bring this and we can explore it without trying to fix anything, change anything. Just, okay, look, that was the imprint, that was the information your system got, and it survived it. How do we know? Because you're still here. but it survived it at quite a big cost. And so now we're coming back for that cost, and we're just looking at it and seeing, okay, is there some way that can ease up? That's simply, it's not necessary, it's not useful, it's just, it's what happened, sure, no doubt about it. Not underestimating how deep a touch it was at the time, or when it gets activated again, how deep that touch can feel. Just meeting is fresh, so yeah, just okay. Doesn't mean anything about you. Just means that at some point, there was a trauma, basically.
Yeah, it's good to feel it deeply.
Mm. Just gently being present to whatever sensations are still there, like this. They're welcome. I'm not sure how it feels in you, but to me it feels like whatever's left is not driving the mind crazy. It's just slowly, gently present to it. And it's okay. Yeah.
It's okay now. Thank you, Austin.
Thanks, Lydia. Cool. And just going to gallery view for a moment and just checking, did anyone get any value out of that exploration? Just to see. Yeah. Cool.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Vedanta.
Hi, Isaac. Something
Hi,
was
Vedanta.
from Vidya and you, something came up, something like a question actually, or how it is possible to look now, because I had the situations like Vidya and we was looking at and all this. And since 2 weeks, a lot is going on in the body, and it's so beautiful to see that joy is also possible. And yeah, but I know somehow that the body reaction was something, it feels like traumatic. It was with the friend when it was saying no. And I know it touched, it is, or it seems like, I know, maybe I'm wrong, that it touched this situation when my mother was always saying she would kill herself or all of us when we would not function how she needed it, or her system. And in the end, when I was around 20, 22 or something like that, I don't know, 26, really for the first time, she was calling me drunken. And really for the first time, I really said, no, I don't want to listen to you. And that night she killed herself actually. And yeah, and it is a strong, I know, and with this certain friend, it's not with all friends, but with her, when she is in not feeling met or loved, then she also says, oh, I feel so, it is so painful, I love to kill myself. So, and this was happening 2 weeks ago. And since then, my body is really, I cannot sit really, or just 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And it comes again and again. And I feel very helpful when you say it is still needed in this time or today, you know, so much distance happened already inside, but still it happens, you know. I feel helpless actually, that again and again it feels there's such a young organization, it goes into fear or tension, or I don't know what happens in the body that, yeah. So it was, I bring it now, and it was the question, is it just enough just to see it, just to say, is it necessary today, or yes.
In all the years that I've known you, I've never heard you speak about this before. It's the first time.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, that means it's somewhere your system is feeling safe, even in a huge vulnerability.
what comes right now is that very often, so many years, there was always so much fear, fear, and it feels like really it is melting so much the last years, so much, like, and I know really there is no interest anymore really to hold myself together or putting something on it, or a false face. No interest anymore. It was so much work actually, and it's so beautiful just to relax more and more into it. And just now when I was speaking, or now I feel such a presence with the field and with you. It's very, very touching. Yes. I like one moment again.
How do you sense what we're touching now? I'm just curious. It's like
I feel very, I feel trust actually, and really sinking in, but also there is a layer of a very young organization also, which is here, very young actually, yes. Yeah. It feels like being held in this young organization actually.
And can you describe how that young organization is it's feeling held, it's feeling met?
Yeah, and then the first comes, it feels very, it feels very healthy actually, like it feels very healthy, and it's like it's strange, newborn, a different baby actually. I knew something like this. Like a new birth, a new family, a new papa or mama in that moment, but a whole new family actually. Yes. Yeah. and now I can sense all the how to say, the habits, or all the, how to say, to put, not now, but what happened to protect all this and not being seen, what I was speaking about, you know, this fearful little one. And but this is really just not important, actually. It just shows a little like a fast movie, you know, like just yeah, can go actually, yes, or leave. Yeah. And also what comes, it feels just a deep understanding that I was so much needing it to come again and again, you know, like also this, that there was an immense stress in this system. Yes. And just now, it just, for the moment, it's very good just how it is. Yes. Thank you.
Bonsoir.
Hey,
Hi.
I feel kind of, I know these deep waters.
Mm.
And already before I felt so vulnerable today. And it looks like that this system here, there's this expression of the wounded healer. And it is, it makes a lot of Mitgefühl, compassion, because of knowing. And still there's something untouched by all this stuff. Yeah, I don't want to say stuff, but it's kind of human experiences.
Yeah.
And this untouched to say about this one, but it's kind of becoming more obvious even in this, with this pain and contraction and feeling lost or whatever. I feel like it is maybe all that was needed to find it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then finding that resting in the mix of all that trauma everywhere. It's like wow. Then it's like the sun is shining, and you know, when Vedanta said with her mother and this killing stuff, and I just realized, wow, my stepfather, he was killing himself gradually to alcohol in front of us, you know. It's like not happening through all that war traumata. And wow, we survived so much. Thanks God. Yeah, and now we are again in a situation like a full attack. And also there's a chance to wake up and let the sun shine. Or it's grace, it's doing it all. It's such a mysterious thing, all this, I have to say. There's one thing with my father. My real father, he's still alive, and sometimes I have the feeling, you know, he was also not capable because of not capable. And now I have the feeling that I want to, you know, I want to comfort him, and that because I understand much better why and how, and Actually, there's no question. There's a kind of understanding and holding his back in a way. And also with you, you know, I have the feeling we all are around you when you kind of, you know, and holding you also, you know, it's, I had this picture of we all also holding you and each other, and it's actually the bodies are an instrument like a car or so much love. Yeah, what to say. Thank you so much. Forever and ever. May you have a long life that we can have you here.
Oh. Jacob. Hi, Jacob. I'm not hearing you clearly. It's a little bit better, yeah. Can turn up my volume.
Maybe now better?
But that is better.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.
No, I don't know how it feels to you, but for me, it felt like for a few moments we were just resting, just absolute beauty, and then another kind of texture started to come up that had a little bit more, I could say, like resistance and also a determination not to move. That kind of flavor. I don't know if you can relate to what I'm saying. But
Yeah, yeah, I can relate to that. Yeah.
yeah.
And there's still this movement when there's this stillness recognized, then something says, hey, this is good. I want to keep this.
Yeah, just that thought, eh? What does it do? Just that resting in the stillness and then that thought, and then suddenly it becomes a doing. Yeah?
Hmm. I had few instances where I had a challenging time, let's say this way, in the past, not now, and somehow I could see that the problem was trying to avoid the experience, the like unpleasant sensations, and that desire of avoiding that was the problem. The sensation wasn't problem itself. And when I saw that, I was like desperate, and I said, I don't want to live with this one who doesn't want that experience anymore. And then it relaxed like beautifully. But I'm not sure if when similar experiences come and it became a bit of a technique, you know, when I'm trying to see that resistance, and then I say I don't want to keep this one, the desires one. So it's probably a similar effect with this resting, where there's something is trying to do to get better or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Lots of old habits, old movements. And something so simple, so pristine, so untouched, always, yeah. Not touched by anything. Beyond everything. I'm sure you know that story. These two monks were walking along and they came to a river, and there was this young woman that wanted to get across the river, but she didn't feel secure to cross it by herself. So she asked for one of the monks if he could carry her across, and he did. And then they got to the other side, he put it down, and they went on their way. And a few hours later, the other monk said to him, in our order, we're not allowed to touch women. How come in your order you allowed that? And the monk replied, I put the woman down 6 hours ago when we crossed the water. You're still carrying it. It's the same thing you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
It's funny. It's just funny. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Satyam.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi.
There's a noticing of strange buzz happening in the body, which is like there's peace, but there's a like the system has been shocked in the past, but there's still the momentum of that shock is still running in the body. It's like it's a strange. So there is peace, there is resting, but there is still that like there's.
So that, I mean, I'm not sure if that's shock anymore. You know, it's like, in a way, it's like when our system participates in a field of that has a really fine high vibration. Every cell starts to vibrate.
Yes, okay. I'm interpreting as a shock here. Probably you're right. I think it's getting alive. I think
It's getting alive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
this is what's happening.
Yeah.
It's getting alive. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's interpreting as a. It's like a buzzing buzz.
Like a buzzing,
Vibration.
yeah, like yeah.
It's a buzz, yeah. Getting alive. Every cell is like,
Yeah.
waking up.
Yeah.
And there is also there's a whole orchestra of different feelings and happening at the same time. It's with memories and it's all there, and at the same time there's a seeing of it. None of it is really touching what is, and at the same time there's a sense of this blame game is also leaving, because my parents, they really could not see me, but they were so involved in their own story. I can see from here that was not possible for them.
Yeah.
They really didn't.
No choice. No choice.
No choice. Yes, they didn't stand up every morning. I'm going to fuck up my son's life today. It didn't happen like that.
Mm-mm.
So there's a seeing of that, and yeah, and even the most horrible, where my brother was physically abusing me with hands, and even that is painful to feel that, but still, it was done through him somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can see his pain now, why he was.
Yeah. And even to call it his pain, you could just say that there was pain there, you know. I don't think the pain belonged to him. It's like somehow, you know, we've been conditioned to see this from this idea of possessions and this someone that, that just, you know, it's just like looking when life is expressing itself through pain, and we have no idea where it originates or who's responsible for it, or we can just recognize the flavor and the smell of it, and that's why for me, you know, a lot of times you hear people talking about forgiveness and all that stuff, but to me it seems like with forgiveness, you know, you have to have an idea that there was someone that did something wrong, rather than life expressing itself as that.
That's a total different perspective, where there is nothing to forgive, and
all of that,
all of that. Everyone is being done by some power.
It's a different sense of life.
It's a very different way of taking the hands off.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Then, yeah, then everything is being done at this moment or has been. Just touching me so deeply. Thank you.
Who is the host this evening? Bettina. Thank you. Thank you all, beloved. Oh.